Hello? No, nobody did. Oh, yeah, right.
Testing.
Yeah, I just did that. How you going?
Good. How's it going?
Yeah, good, mate. We'll go with your flight plan if you want. That's fine.
Cool, let's do that, because I just put it in.
All right, then.
Yeah, that makes it easier.
Charlie off 04. UT 119. Okie dokie. So far, so good. So far, so good.
Cool.
Thanks. One.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Andy
Waiting for engine 1 to start up. Take a left 5. Yakey. Generators on bus. APU off. APU bleed off. Packs back to auto. I thought there might be some terrain around here. Cool. Have a go at that friggin' terrain. Expedite your climb, eh? Holy moly. I'd say that's the runway just there. My guess. Yeah.
Ready for push.
Emergency exits, which are
Ditto.
identified by the word exit. Illuminated escape path markings will guide you to these exits, and please keep in mind that the next available exit might be behind you. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to ask one of your flight attendants. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for takeoff.
Oh, just careful where you're pushing there. Careful what you're pushing.
Cabin is ready.
So,
Looks like there's a bit of weather here too.
yeah, and bit of terrain too we're turning into. You want to be on the climb quickly.
Yeah, I haven't checked that.
We're flying, you fly runway heading for about 10 mile and then you turn into the mountains.
Well, I better check the charts, eh?
I'm not going to check the charts. I can't see any point in starting doing that now.
Never mind, I bought out of battery.
Yeah, I just put my terrain radar on and avoid the red spots.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Okay. This is the turn. I'll follow you.
Great plan.
nearly a 40 knot taxi there, better slow down a bit.
Oh, you're on daylight too.
Yeah, it just makes it more interesting, I think, for the feed, you know. You an MD-11?
No, I'm in the 737.
It's got you rendered as an MD-11. Weird.
Interesting.
That third engine could confuse you. Oh, you disappeared. There you are. Ah, Bubblegum Zeus. Ha ha, how you going? Good to see you. Well, not see you, but you know what I mean. Good to see you watching. Don't know where we are, to be honest with you. Oh, now you're a 737 again. Yeah, honestly don't know where we are. We're in Mexico somewhere. On our way.
Look who's there.
Yeah, Bubblegum Zeus. Absolutely long time no see. Long no time see. Yeah, there we are. We're on the coast. I don't know exactly where.
All right, going in.
Okay, we're all counting on you. Do you know where we are? What this airport is?
I had the name before.
Yeah, you're like me. So we have no idea where we are, but we do know where we're going. Which is much better than the other way around. Yeah, so how have you been, Bubblegum?
We are at Licenciado Gustavo Díaz Airport.
Uh-huh. Looks like a nice place. So what do you got? 119. 119.
Yeah, west side of Mexico.
It does look good. Any place with mountains and water at the same time is pretty good. So
Okay, up and away. It's been a while since I've been on 737.
Yeah, I know you've been playing around in the wrong planes. Zoning up, and I'll give you a little bit of a head start, Ramel, and then that's it. Just watch out for those mountains. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anything happened while I was gone? Well, not a lot. Not a lot, really. We're all sort of still locked down. We're all still locked down here, so not a hell of a lot's been happening, really. We're flying the sim just to get past the time. How's school going? Okay, here we go. That's enough head start. I'm on my way. I think I'm on my way, yeah.
Yeah, go for it. I'm about 5,000 feet.
Correct again. $80 knots.
V1.
V1. And positive rate. Gears up. Also, see, look at that terrain radar. What part of Oz? We're about 50 mile north of Sydney, just a little bit south of Newcastle. So we're on the east coast. Yeah, east coast, just a little north of Sydney.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the seatbelt fasten sign in front of you has been switched on. We also remind you that this is a non-smoking flight and smoking in the lavatories is strictly prohibited. The entire crew is wishing you a pleasant stay on board. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome on board. Hey, sunny Arizona. Well, welcome to sunny New South Wales. Yeah, welcome on board. This is weird. We've got someone from Arizona watching us flying a simulator in New South Wales in Australia while we're pretending to be in Mexico. The world is a funny place. Yes, built this baby myself, absolutely. Yeah, built it myself. Just a funny little hobby. Exactly. It is crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I had a flight in the sim the other night. For the first third of the flight, I'm talking to someone from Spain. Then I'm talking to someone from Germany. Then you're talking to someone from Norway. Absolutely bizarre. It's wonderful, really. Bit of big view out the back. So that's looking like that's where we are. We're on our way to Mexico City, actually. Yeah. You'll notice it's actually, I've got the sim set to daytime. Really for the sake of the feed. Just the feed looks a bit boring when it's just, you've got nighttime going on. It's not that I'm scared of the dark or anything. Just you see more scenery in the daylight. No, New South Wales is not a new area of Oz. Fantastic question, though. I'll just engage the autopilot now so I can answer questions and things on the feed. But no, Sydney, the city Sydney is in the state of New South Wales. So it's like Phoenix, Arizona, Sydney, New South Wales, kind of like that. And then you just throw the dart. Now, come on, tell me you're in Phoenix. Tell me you're in the only city that I know of in Arizona. Where are you, Bubblegum? Excuse me for forgetting. Yeah, we are in the big lockdown, absolutely. Why have we got a master caution light on? Off schedule descent. Yeah, righto. I'm not descending. Why am I descending? Ah! What's going on? Oh, I see what it's trying. It's trying to get me down there. So I'll just do that.
Oh, no, you broke it.
Yeah, I've broken it. Absolutely.
There's a restriction in one of those waypoints.
Not anymore. See how I cleverly fixed it?
Yeah, it did exactly the same.
Ah, Missouri. Yeah, so I'm now tracking straight direct Volat.
What a coincidence, me too.
You trained me well, Grasshopper. Is Missouri as bad as they say? Oh, come on. There we go. We're going to have this fighting between the states going on now. Mind you, we have quirky little rivalries here to a point. Not normally between states. It's usually between capital cities here. You know, most towns have a bad part of town. It should be signposted, I reckon. Those areas just should have a sign that says bad part of town. You know, next right. Next 4 exits. Oh, well, absolutely. In terms of, flight training, I don't think you could go far wrong to have a simulator emulating the plane you're thinking of getting. For sure. Interesting little approach. Yeah, awesome. Nice seats are very important. Oh, absolutely. Can't go without nice seats. Couldn't agree more. Dokey. That's sorted. Yeah, that's right.
Traffic, traffic.
Traffic, traffic.
Traffic, traffic.
Yeah, I'm being evasive. I just got crazy traffic warning flying right up your bum.
Traffic.
Yeah, I can just imagine who is it.
I'm just turning left to avoid a conflict.
What flight level do you file?
35. Well, it's not what I filed, but I'm heading for 350. It's okay. I'm a consummate professional, and I just vectored myself out to let you go. I might slow down a little bit too. my first, I'm just reading your comments here on the chat. Most of what I've got here is MDF. The original MIP, the original main instrument panel that I made myself was all done out of MDF. This one now is like a commercially available one that I've acquired since, but all the side panels and all the rest of the stuff you see around this sim, I did in MDF. It's kind of easier, you know, because it's flexible. They're like Furbies, just never get them wet.
And do you remember how to do the offsets again?
I just did it. I've just put a 1 mile left-hand offset in for myself. So yes, I do. You go to your route page on the FMC, and then it's R6 offset, and then you put L or R and the miles. Great minds think alike. So I've just done a left 1 mile offset, so we can fly happy together.
Yeah, I'm doing that, but as soon as executing, it goes away.
Very weird. Well, anyway, I've managed to do it, so yeah, I don't know why. Back in a sec. it's funny. It's still giving me that white triangle sort of traffic warning, but we're still a mile apart, so that should be okay.
Well, I think I set up the offset as well.
Oh, you got it working. Oh, good.
Yeah, well, I think. I'm not sure. Doesn't look right though.
Well, it should show on your navigation display. You should see the solid magenta line, and you should have a dotted magenta line that you're following now. You shouldn't be on the solid line. If you look at the feed, look at my navigation display, you see what I mean? I don't think your offset's working because it shows you as bang on, spot on the magenta line still.
Yeah, that's right, because he's asking for the start waypoint and the end waypoint.
Well, I don't put them in. I don't bother. Again, you look at the feed, you can see my FMC screen. I don't fill them in.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, so Lima Tango Alpha, report your MAC number, and what I'll do, I'll just drop back and come in behind you.
Okay, I'm running Mach 80.
Yeah, okay, beautiful. I'm 0.78, so I'll just cancel my offset. I'll go back to 0.77, cancel my offset, and just pop in back behind you.
All right, well, let's do that.
So, where are we? We're there. We're there, which in the scheme of things is like that. I can see you just out the window there, Ramel. It's quite cute. Ramel will love you if you go explain. Absolutely, he will love you. Go explain. Told ya. Explain is Ramel's middle name. Yeah, there you go. You've just got yourself a friend for life. We have an idiot politician here in Australia who famously, when she was asked a question by a journalist, I don't remember the question now, but she's famously quoted as turning around to this journalist and saying, "Please explain, please explain." And I always think, please explain. Please explain. Yeah, there you go. I told you you were on a winner as soon as you mentioned explain. I wouldn't doubt that Ramel would be flying explain right now. Oh. So do I go inverted or what? Yeah, I think we do. It's a classic case of keep the blue side down.
Bank angle, bank angle.
His name's Denzel Washington, got nothing on me. What are we supposed to be cruising at? 35,000. Oh, I should have actually told you to put your seatbelts back on. Sorry, everyone.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
Please return to your seat.
Just a tad late though, that's the only problem there.
Thank you.
High, back down, off it. It's trying to get back to our assigned cruise altitude. Can't do this for too long, I have to say. Yeah, Denzel Washington had no idea how to do this properly. totally okay if I just keep looking at the instruments. When I actually look out there, just it's like you're on a roller coaster. It's something weird going on. Okay, that's enough of that. Here we go. Turn it back up. Oh, not bad. Only about 1,800 feet in the whole thing. Phew. That's not bad. That wasn't bad at all, actually. Did that the other day for the first time in a long time. How was that? I was pretty pleased with that.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much, son.
Yeah, just gonna remind them of Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. I had a talk to my boys this morning, and my stepdaughter brought over a plate of fruit, and, stuff for morning tea today. So that was nice.
Very nice. Sorry, but I kind of have to disappear. Send me a text.
Yeah, no problem, mate. You're out of here?
You have to miscalculate it sometime.
Okay, no problems. Take care, mate. See you later.
See ya.
He's going to disappear off that screen in a second. Missed all the text. So Abe of Assyria, if you're still there, enlighten me, what's an LSA? Apart from a 3-letter acronym. Oh, okay. Yeah, just something I hadn't heard before. To me, it was just a TLA. Just a TLA. Right. I was sort of thinking it. I was overthinking it. I didn't realise we were talking about aircraft models. I thought we were actually talking about, add-ons, like software add-ons, that style of thing for X-Plane. Got you now. Yeah, okay, yeah, that'll be right. Pardon me. But look, simulator idea. If you're planning on buying a plane, you can't go far wrong rehearsing everything you need to do in a simulated environment. That's for sure. I mean, you got to look to the real world. That's exactly what goes on. %, what goes on, and I don't think you can beat, the tactile nature of a sim. Like I know there's all sorts of whiz bang technology around with, VR headsets and blah blah blah, but just the tactile nature of that throttle, that yoke, the landing gear lever, the actual switches, and where they are, like physically where you go to do this stuff. I think you just can't beat it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I get the limitations of the actual aircraft, but I don't think you can go far wrong with simulating the thing. And certainly, you can do a hell of a lot of work in a simulator. It doesn't cost anywhere near as much as the actual aircraft. It's not using any fuel. You're not really going to do a hell of a lot of damage if you're not really going to break anything. I don't know if you were watching a minute ago, but like I just put a 737-800 inverted for a little while. Not something you'd really want to just stick your neck out and do with, I don't know what they are now, about $28 million aircraft, But if you had to do it one day, this would be the way to practice it. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, absolutely right. I was just reading it. I'm just answering your text there, but yeah, that's exactly right. An aircraft. I was talking to a friend of mine who's had a career as a real world pilot. He's now retired. He used to fly long haul 747s and that sort of thing back in the day, and he's flown helicopters in the North Sea, out to oil rigs, and done a lot of stuff, aviation related stuff in his career. And he's basically, because I was toying with the idea of buying a plane, getting a private pilot license, and just flying around the country here for a few months. And after talking to him, he basically has talked me out of the idea altogether. Basically, because you can fly around the country from place to place, but when you get to a place, you can land at an airfield, but where do you go for dinner? Where do you do your grocery shopping? All those sort of things get factored into. Well, it was a very, lovely notion that we could do a trip around the country and I could be flying the plane, but then it became this logistical nightmare of the aircraft itself and having to, obviously working out fuel and all those things are fine. You do that, but you then got to factor in, the fuel economy of everything and how long your legs are. It sort of almost limits where you can go and where you can't go, and he basically talked me out of the whole thing. Yeah, but it's funny what he suggests, and this is absolutely true. It's only last week I was talking to him. He suggested don't buy an aircraft. He said buy a reasonable, SUV vehicle, car, and drive that around. And when you get to destinations where, for the sake of the scenery, all that sort of thing, all the stuff that you would dream about, when you get to a destination that's like that, just do a deal with like a local aero club or an individual who can actually just pilot the plane for you and fly you around, and you don't have the expense of owning the aircraft. You just sort of travel around, but with the view to aviation in certain spots of your trip. And I thought, that sort of almost makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. I think aircraft ownership, it's a bit like boats, horses. A lot of these sort of boats, horses, aircraft are all very similar in that, you can afford to buy one, you just can't afford to own one. Pardon me. Yeah, I mean, high-end cars don't cost a lot to. They might cost a lot to buy, but the ownership costs are the ones that sort of get you. You're better off knowing someone. For example, I've always said you're better off knowing someone who owns a boat rather than owning a boat. Now you're talking about your nice car. What sort of nice cars do we have? I'd love to hear this. And this sounds like you collect nice cars, which is even better. Oh, the Corvette. Nice choice. Nice choice, I've got to say. I mean, my dream car was a much older sort of, the quintessential older sort of Corvette style. But yeah, the two nice cars right there. Nice old car. Yeah, right. Right, got ya. The old Tesla man, eh? What a guy. No, I'm not a Tesla man either. Don't worry. I wasn't saying you're the Tesla man. I was just talking about, what's his name? Elon Musk or whatever. I was kind of more referring to him. What a guy. Yeah, I'm more V8 supercharged, that sort of thing myself, 100%. Yeah, you want an engine that sort of rumbles underneath your seat, not a thing that sort of, it feels like it's got an engine in it out of a vacuum cleaner. Okay, now I appear to be off my scheduled descent because this bloody thing isn't descending again. I'm going to start setting some stuff up here. I'm going to cock this landing up for sure. 109.7. So I'm just setting up the ILS frequency. Yeah, Ramel had to go. He had a family commitment that he thought he had another hour to go, but he actually didn't. He's setting up the inbound course for that runway.
We are now beginning understand, and
235.
therefore we ask you to fasten your seatbelt again and bring your seat in an upright position. Please don't forget to switch off all your electronic equipment now. Thank you. If you have booked a connecting
Yeah,
flight
sorry, I'm just.
but don't have a
I'll get back to the chatter in a minute.
proceed to any
But
service counter immediately
there's no
after
point.
arrival.
You're doing a live feed of a total muck up.
Then go to one of the display boards in the airport and double check your departure gate.
Mind you, I have done that in the
If your
past,
luggage
but
is already checked through
I'll
to
try
your
to
final
avoid it.
destination, you don't have to worry about it. It will be transferred automatically. Further questions?
Yeah, a lot of GA aircraft. It would be, without a doubt. Exactly. Yes, open the doors. So where we're supposed to be when 42 miles from there. I'm going to put 16. There. 16. That looks sort of roughly right. Now it seems like we're under the profile, but I'm not worried about that. Put the terrain radar back on. See what we're dealing with there. Now I've just got to duck to the refrigerator because I need to have a little drinky winky for the landing. So I'll be back very shortly. I'll be back very shortly and we'll try and land this puppy. Yeah, sorry, back again. Just had to go and grab go to the boys' room and grab a beer. Go to Mum, California, 75 mile per hour, takes 9-hour drive. Usually 98. I'm getting 31 mile per gallon. And calculate that tank. It's a small 2-litre direct injection. See about very efficient. 85 And what do you get? What do you get in the Tesla with a couple of double A's in it? there seems to be a lot of argument now about these hybrid cars and full-on electric cars that are. It's sort of like a myth how carbon efficient they are. Probably better off with the fucking Corvette at the end of the day. This plane, it thinks I'm 14,000 feet below my profile. I don't believe that. Just declutter that screen a bit and rethink what I'm doing. 16,000. Oh, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to use the vertical speed. Yeah. Yeah, so I just don't know how efficient that is. The old Tesla numbers. So it starts at 80% battery in the morning, comes back 49%, so we lost 30% in 60 miles. 240 volt, 32 amp. And the charge and then electricity is cheaper. Oh, great. Yeah, right. 4 miles per kilowatt. Yeah, okay. So does that? Yeah, I think the argument is though that if you just hone in on the efficiency of the car once it's sitting there and all working and it's got a battery in it and all that, it's okay. But it's the production of, it's everything that goes. It's the carbon that gets, used up, getting to the point where that battery's sitting in the car and all the rest of it. I think that's the point. Yeah, I don't really totally understand it myself, but I think there is some sort of argument that says, if you just had an old gas guzzler type car, it's kind of better anyway. It's a great notion. Yeah, okay. You're just looking at the cost to you per mile. But, I just don't know about the carbon footprint of it all. No, that's exactly right. Exactly right. That's right. Wow, this scenery's starting to look close. Apart from anything else, it's starting to look close. No brakes. Oh, I get you. So you just take your foot off the gas and it stops. Yeah, right. Now, the thing will be driving you around autonomously anyway soon enough. You just jump in and say, go to mum's, and then go to sleep. Wake me up when you get there. Utilise regenerative braking and puts force into the motor to recharge the battery back. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. Oh, that's clever. Look, There's some clever shit in all that. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. The 10K option. Yeah, wow. Yeah, yeah. Oh, look, the technology's there for all that stuff. Why? Yeah, we should be using it. Mind you, I'm using the autopilot here, and by the same token, it's complaining. Yeah, get a little view. It's complaining that I'm 3,000 below the profile, but it's totally in control. Yeah, like it's totally. I'm totally on autopilot and everything now, and it's whinging that I'm descending, and it's actually in control. I'm the one now manually pulling it up. Are you tired of seeing people getting rear-ended lights? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, pet hate of mine too, I've got to say. Well, it should, technically it should reduce, those things pretty much shouldn't happen. Okay. So have you always been like into aviation, or you're just drawn to buying a light airplane now? Just in recent times this has occurred to you and you're just into it. You didn't really worry about it. Slowly coming back onto that profile. Give myself some track shortening right there. That's a great story. Very good. What a very good dad too, frankly. Yeah, I kind of got involved with this. It's a long story, but I got involved in this not from the point of view of aviation. I got involved with this because I had a computer business. I used to write software, blah blah blah, and one of my clients was a crazy, right into flight simulation and what have you, He had a mate who had a full motion, you know, the real deal 747 simulator. And anyway, this client of mine just assumed, because I sort of presented like I was a computer nerd, he just handed me some, you know, dare I say, pirated flight simulator, I don't know what they were, 9 or whatever it was, very early in the piece, flight simulator discs, and said, oh, you know, you might enjoy this. So I loaded it up and was just flying with a keyboard and stuff, and sort of got involved, you know, like that. Like you say, got myself a joystick, you know, mucked around with that for a year or two, and then he invited me to go to this friend of his. I was flying at home I was flying the PMDG version of the 747, and he eventually invited me to go and visit this sim that his mate owned, and I did. And while I was there, I spent my whole time just looking around thinking, I reckon I could build one of these. I honestly think I could build it, and that's sort of where it started. So I didn't really have this sort of aviation, you know, enthusiast background. It just came along, yeah, almost stealthily came along, sort of stuck up on me. One minute I had a joystick, and the next minute I got this fucking thing, you know. It's a landing out through this friggin' airport. Ah, that's what's throwing me off. See, I'm trying to fly into the ground. The truth is, the landing altitude is 7,300 feet. I'm being a bit too enthusiastic. But yeah, that's sort of how it went. Auto brake. 2. Speed brakes. I'll just extend a couple of degrees of flapperoonie since they're only doing 230 knots. Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right. He was. That's exactly right. I still talk to the guy, and he was very high up in the VATSIM arena. You know, like the network that we're flying on now. And he was the Oceanic president for VATSIM. So it'd be like being the VATSIM America's kind of president, you know, back in the day. And anyway, whenever I talk to him now, I often say to him, you know, this was your fault. You know, like, and it's absolutely how I see it. This is all your fault. I'll say, oh yeah, I've got a new throttle quadrant, and I did this and I did that. It's all your fault. Probably should have gone that way, Corvette. I don't see any reason I can't shortcut that. 12,000 anyway. just talking amongst myself here. Crank that down. Visibility's not fantastic. Go heading select. No. Actually, it should be up there. Sort of roughly the runway heading. The weather's gone to shit here too. Oh ho ho ho! Things are hotting up here. Pouring with rain. Winds actually don't favour this runway at the moment either, but I'm not changing now. And flaps 5. That'll do us for now. Start switch is continuous. Landing lights on. A little bit early, but that'll do us. Gas, just trying to say that. There you go, that's what I call panic cam.
2500.
That's where you get ready for the landing and see how much effort we go through here.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
Funny as.
Take a long week to quit drinking.
I didn't have to drink. Funny. So it's back to that one.
Like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
Or that one. Hey, Smiley Beaches is in the house. So I'll be on the ground in a minute. Down Mexico way. Where the fuck is the H in Mexico? That's what I want to know. Go get it. Absolutely go get it. Now I can actually see the cactus. I can see the cactus on the ground here. There you go, Smiley. That's where we're at. Oh no, panic cam it is. Still showing me a bit below profile. It seems wrong to me, but anyway. Let's give this a crack. Can't see a thing, that's what's bothering me. This this localizer would come a bit more alive, I'd be happier. If this weather had cleared a little bit, that'd be even better. That be better or that? Like panic cam. No, we'll go with that one. See all the instruments and shit with that one. That localizer's looking happy. Good. Hang on. Here we go. Let everything stabilize a little bit. Seem to be established on the old ILS now, so that's a good thing. Wheels down. Landing 23 to the left. Put the panic cam back on. Getting blown around like a cork here. Oh, Mexico, eh? See some whites. It's sneaking up on it. Okay, well, landing flaps are set, the gears down, 3 greens, auto brakes set, speed brakes armed. Can't think of much other shit to do. They put a fucking building there. Tell you what, I wouldn't want to work in that fucking building.
400. 300. Minimums. 100.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Whoa. Oh, well, we made it. Vacated via Echo.
Please do remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we have reached our final position.
Made it.
And the fasten seatbelt signs above you have been.
Yeah, that building was just like, would you work in that building? Like, I think not.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure.
Captain,
I'm pretty sure
the entire crew would
you,
like
you
to
couldn't pay me enough to work in that building.
and say goodbye to you now. We hope you've enjoyed the
Anyway.
and we wish you a pleasant
Anyway.
remaining day. Or
Um,
just in case, a nice onward.
So now I'm going to go through the old,
Thank you once again.
roughly go through the shutdown procedure of this thing. So I started the APU while I was on approach, so that's already going. So we're bringing the APU generators online, turning on the APU bleed, killing the start switches, engine start switches off, landing lights off, just disconnecting from VATSIM so don't upset anyone in case someone's there to upset. Auto brakes off, auto throttle and flight directors are off. We're squawking standby. And what else we got to do? Not much. Turn the yaw damper off. Or kill the big engines. Flaps up.
All doors in park and cross-check. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. And punters can get out. And that's it, pretty much. Yeah, so thanks again. Thanks again, everybody. And yes, that building was crazy. It's funny when you have a building and they build an airport right next to it. But, yeah. All right, thank you very much for joining. Good to see you smiling. I hope everything's going well. And see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, fucking whatever you got to do with that shit. Yeah, you too. Take care. Nice meeting you.